Alrighty folks, Billy Willard here, Sasquatch Watch Radio. Back at another research site that we used to frequent 10-15 years ago. And again, lots of changes here as well. Trees are a lot larger. Forest is a lot thicker. And this is an old access road that leads back into this property about a mile in, because starting at the end of September, they open up the gates and allow hunting in here. It's a wildlife management area. But there has been sightings in this area. And within this property, there's a power line cut, and many years ago we found a trackway of three footprints. Casted one of them, so decided to come back and kind of look at this site, see what all's changed, see if we see anything interesting, and of course to share it with everybody on YouTube. So I'll bring the video in and out as we go. Man, it looks like we found us a little black fella right here in the road. There he goes. He's like, no, I think I've seen enough. He's heading on back up in there. He was out here basking in the sun, and I interrupted him. So, all right, we'll keep on going. All right, I figured I'd pop this on. Just heard something over here. Figure we'll have the camera on for just a few minutes. Over here on this side, we kind of have an open field in behind here. It was like that also years ago. They kept that free of trees, and then this side, of course, is all heavily wooded. So as we keep going here, we're roughly a quarter mile in, so we still got a little ways to go. But I would turn this on for just a moment. I heard something down in that bottom down there. Could have been a deer, could have been anything. So we'll check it out here. We'll just kind of listen here for a moment. Okay, we'll continue on. Okay, we've come to one of the forks in the road here, and I think today we'll go down this way so that I can show you an area where years ago me and a couple of my sons had come out here and sat late up into the night with a parabolic mic, and we had recorded and heard something large, bipedal footsteps coming through the water. There's I believe it's a branch of the Rappahannock River, and we heard something bipedal coming across the water. We were out in total darkness, and of course the kids were ready to leave by that point, so we'll go check it out. All right, well, we're about half a mile in. Still stepping away here. Definitely can tell there's been some horses coming through here, probably some folks riding, which is pretty typical because this area has quite a bit of horse farms and things, so some great trails and stuff through here for them to ride horses. And just a nice area. You know, it's a really good area for hiking and exercising. You know, you get on these access roads and it's nice level terrain. So good for a workout, something I probably need because I need to lose a few pounds anyway. And all right, we'll come back soon. All right, folks, we're about 3/4 of a mile in. So probably another 1/4 to a half mile down this hill is where we'll find an open area where we have found large footprints before. Mainly because the area is kind of a low area next to the river with a lot of soft areas. So we'll kind of look around. That is if things haven't changed. It's heard something over here. Anyway, we'll check the area, see if we see any footprints, and then we'll have to head back up out of here. One thing's for sure, like I say, we were in this area 10, 15 years ago, so guess what? That means I'm 10 to 15 years older, and I'm feeling it because let's face it, age has this way of making our body think, oh, I'm still 20, I can do it. But as you get back in here, you're like, maybe I should second guess this. So we'll see how I feel. The fun part will be coming back up this hill. So that'll be the fun part. I'll have to pace myself. So let's face it, folks, we all get older. And usually when we get older, we get a little out of shape. At least that's true for me. So, all right, we'll be back soon. Interesting to say, I completely forgot about this pond as I'm walking down through here. Nice little pond, kind of out in the middle of this wildlife management area. So, just thought I would kind of point it out. It's pretty good size. All right, we'll continue on. There we go. That's a much better view. Much better view of it. Much better view of the pond. Nice size pond. All right, folks, I think I made a wrong turn somewhere. See, that's what happens when you got that memory issue, because I'm coming up on some property. I know that this wasn't part of the trail, so I probably wasn't supposed to take that fork in the road, but it's okay. We still had a nice hike. I'm about 1 mile in, so since my old body is telling me I'm tired, I guess I will make my way 1 mile back out because I got some hills to climb. We'll bring the video back on and have a discussion later as we go. So here we go. I'm going to start to climb back up, and I'll probably take a couple breaks and catch some breath as we go. I will be back and we'll have a discussion when we get in the flat area. There's something kind of interesting. Probably somebody fooling around. But someone just took that rock and just stuck it straight up in the air. Pretty interesting. Well, since my wife Janine likes butterflies, I saw one land here. We'll see if we can sneak up on it. It's right there. All right, so we'll turn this around again as we're going out. And I'm probably about a quarter mile to a half mile away from the car. So yeah, I just wanted to encourage everybody to please subscribe to our podcast. Comes on every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you go to YouTube, you can find us at Sasquatch Watch Radio. You can find us also on Facebook. Just type in Sasquatch Watch Radio there. You'll find us there. And then, of course, our mother website, which is part of Sasquatch Watch of Virginia. We're also on Facebook there. We've had a lot of folks join as of late to kind of keep up with what we're doing, because I'm going to make regular visits like this more often to kind of show some of the areas that we've worked on in years past. So if you go to our YouTube page at Sasquatch Watch Radio, please click the subscribe button. It does not charge you anything to subscribe, but what it does do is give you the updates on our upcoming shows. So that way, and then of course with our recent uploads, anytime I upload a video, it will also notify you for that. Also, we'd like to encourage everyone to send in comments on the show. If you join in on the show, if you log in through YouTube, there's a chat room in there where you can actually participate in the discussion of our guests. You can ask them questions, and we pass the questions along to our guest. We had a great guest on last Monday. We had Doug Hycheck, and he was a really good guest. He wants to come back, so we're certainly honored that he agreed to come on our show. So hopefully we can get him back on soon. The other thing I'd like to suggest too is, if you guys have a guest suggestion, someone you'd like to see come on and be interviewed by Gary, Gary's a good interviewer, then feel free to send us comments. You can do that on YouTube, you can do it on Facebook, whatever. Give us some guest suggestions and we'll see if we can get them on the show. We've been pretty successful getting some good folks on there. So definitely send us suggestions. That way it makes my job a little easier, because then I don't have to think of who I want to look for. So we definitely appreciate that too. I'll be right back. All right, I figured we would have a small discussion about Bigfoot research groups. When you first get into this research, you usually find yourself ready to go out every single time and find Bigfoot or traces of Bigfoot evidence, and you're so excited about getting hooked up in a group. Folks, all I can say is be careful and be very wise in your choosing of a Bigfoot group. The reason I say that is because, well, I'll put it to you this way. If anyone is familiar with daytime soap operas, yeah, that's usually what you get with a Bigfoot group. I hate to say that. There are some good folks out there, don't get me wrong. But I'm letting you know that some of these groups, if you could write a book, you could write a book every year, probably for the rest of your life, of some of the things that happen within these groups. Just a small tidbit of information. I started researching back in 2004, and I got heavy into it in 2005. I did line myself up with some great people, but then I've also got myself lined up with some people who had bad motives. We have always, at Sasquatch Watcher Virginia, we have always been very open to accepting members, people that we know were devoted to the interest, and we've had some great people. So, within our group, we're probably one of the few who doesn't have all the problems. But I will say there are some other groups out there, and there's some here in the state of Virginia, that if you don't see things their way in their research and their so-called evidence, then they will either bash you or accuse you of stealing their equipment. I kid you not, folks. There is a group in the state of Virginia that, this has been probably 15 years ago, accused us of going into their research area and stealing their cameras. And that is so laughable to me, because none of us in our group has that type of character. We actually went out to one of their sites and was shown around, and quite frankly, some of the things that were being shown as evidence was nothing more than natural occurrences that we find in the woods. And when I say natural occurrences, you can pretty much walk around in any forest and find the things that they were calling Bigfoot evidence. Okay, it's ridiculous. But regardless of the fact, this particular group and this particular member of the group, I had no choice but to issue a cease and desist letter, actually against two individuals within the group. So what I'm saying is, just be careful with who you get yourself associated with. They can get you into some trouble. They can get you, into some unneeded stress and drama that you don't need in your life. So just be careful. Before you join a group, it's probably best to either talk to someone you have known or trusted in the past that may be familiar with this research and kind of get their opinion, especially if it's someone you know and trust and you've known them for a while, because you will hear some wild stories about certain groups. So all I can say is be very, very careful when you make that decision, because you don't want to get yourself wrapped up into a mess that you don't need. You know, this is supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to be, you know, sometimes entertaining, but it's not meant to add more stress to your life. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying. I won't name the individuals because there's no need for that. And, you know, they know who they are. They know, they got the letters from my attorney. So they know. And that's all that matters. And I can't discuss it anyway. But I just want everyone to be careful, especially if you're new into this. Don't just jump into a group without doing your research first. Because there's folks out there that will tell you all about it. So anyway, I want everybody to enjoy the research, because that's really the whole purpose here, is to enjoy yourself, enjoy your friendships, enjoy your company. You know, have a good time out there. You know, come up with new ideas, out of the box ideas, you know, different research methods. Because guess what? There's no experts. So it's free game. You know, free game. Come up with any kind of ideas you want and just try it and enjoy your results. So until next time, this is Billy Willard, Sasquatch Watch Radio, also Sasquatch Watcher Virginia, signing out. And you guys have a great and wonderful rest of the week. See ya.